Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a close look at a T20 international that really went down to the wire. That's the series decider between Australia and South Africa, played back on August 16th, 2025.
And this wasn't just, any old game, was it? This was actually a landmark occasion, Cazaly Stadium in Cairns.
First men's T20I there, right?
Exactly. First ever. And it was a complete sellout. You could feel the atmosphere, the stakes, even just watching the broadcast.
Yeah, you really could. So our mission today for this deep dive is basically to unpack how Australia managed to clinch that series 2-1. It was a pretty dramatic two-wicket victory in the end.
Definitely dramatic.
We want to explore the ebb and flow, the big performances, and those moments that really defined it. We'll try and pull out the key bits of insight from all the details for you.
Yeah, it's about going beyond just the scores, understanding why things happen, what those moments tell us about T20 cricket at the highest level.
Okay, let's dive in then. South Africa's innings first. Australia won the toss, put them in, and South Africa set a target of 173. So 172 for 7 off their 20 overs.
Yeah, and they had a bit of a shaky start, didn't they? Markram went very early, like first over, just for one run.
Ouch.
But even though they lost Pretorius and Rickelton as well before the power play finished, they still got to a respectable 46 for 2.
So some resilience there.
I think so, yeah. To take those early hits but not just, completely fall apart, that was important.
Right. But then the middle overs came, and things really seemed to, ignite for South Africa. What happened there? Brevis.
Oh, absolutely. Brevis just exploded. He smashed 53 off only 26 balls. And the real highlight, the thing everyone remembers, was that sequence against Hardie.
The 4 6s in the over.
Yes, 4 6s. That was the viral moment, wasn't it? Everyone was sharing those no-look sixes, just pure audacious talent on display.
Incredible hitting. But getting him out must have felt huge for Australia.
Oh, massive. When he fell, just before the 12th over, you could feel the momentum shift back, or at least check South Africa's surge a bit.
And then Stubbs followed a few overs later after a useful 25. So that slowed them down again.
It did, yeah. But credit to Van der Dussen, he played a really crucial innings at the end. Stayed not out, 38 off 26 balls.
That really pushed them up to that 172, setting a challenging total.
Definitely. Without that finish, it might have been a very different chase.
And from the Aussie bowling perspective, who stood out in trying to contain them?
Well, Ellis had a really good spell. He finished with 3 for 31. And Zampa, as usual, was key through those middle overs. Very economical, 2 for 24.
Hazlewood chipped in, too.
Yep, Hazlewood got 2 for 30. So, decent figures across the board, especially considering that Brevis onslaught. They did well to keep it to 172.
Okay, let's flip to Australia's chase then. Needing 173 to win the series. They got there just. 173 for 8, with only 1 ball to spare.
Talk about close.
Their power play, though, it started much better than South Africa's, didn't it? Marsh and Head looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah, they flew out of the blocks. 52 for no loss after 6 overs. Marsh, in particular, looked like he was seeing it really well. Very much in control.
A great platform. But then, the middle overs. Things got really interesting. A bit of a wobble is probably an understatement.
Yeah, you could say that. It was more like a full-blown collapse, wasn't it? They went from cruising at 66 for 1 to suddenly being in deep trouble at 122 for 6.
Wow. So what caused that? Just scoreboard pressure. Good bowling.
A bit of both. It felt like a perfect storm. Head went Inglis for a duck, then the big one, Marsh, after making a brilliant 54 off 37, hitting 5 6s.
Losing him must have hurt.
Oh, definitely. Then Green, Tim David went quickly trying to counterattack. Hardie, too. It was a profession for a while there.
Who were the bowlers doing the damage for South Africa?
Maffa bowled really well, got 2 key wickets, and Rabada also picked up 2 through that crucial period. They really squeezed Australia, and suddenly the game was right back in the balance.
Enter Glenn Maxwell.
Exactly. Maxwell time. What an innings.
Just phenomenal, wasn't it? An unbeaten 62 off just 36 balls, 8 4s, 2 6s. He basically had to do it all himself towards the end.
He really did. He farmed the strike brilliantly, protected the tailenders, and just somehow kept them in it, even as wickets kept falling. Player of the match, no question.
Absolutely deserved it. But even with Maxwell there, that 19th over, bowled by Bosch, that was incredibly tense.
Wasn't it just? Bosch suddenly grabs 2 quick wickets, Dwarshuis and Ellis gone, and Australia are 163 for 8. Game on the line.
Seriously on the line.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the final over. Njidi to bowl it. 6 balls, 10 runs needed, 2 wickets left. Maxwell on strike.
Every ball felt like an eternity. You could cut the tension with a knife.
Okay, let's walk through it. Ball 1. Maxwell gets 2 runs, pushes it to deep mid-wicket. 8 needed off 5.
Okay, manageable.
Ball 2, Maxwell cracks it square for FURNR. Boundary. Brilliant shot.
Huge pressure release. Now just 4 needed off 4 balls. Surely Australia's game.
You think so? But then, ball 3, dot ball. Maxwell can't get it away. Pressure right back on.
Wow. Okay.
Ball 4, another dot ball. Njidi holds his nerve. Maxwell swings, misses, or finds the fielder. 4 needed off 2.
Unbelievable. 2 dots at that stage. That takes some serious nerve from the bowler and puts immense pressure back on Maxie.
It does. And then the 5th ball. The game-winning moment. Maxwell goes for a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
Connects, and it goes for FU.
No way. A reverse sweep for the win.
A reverse sweep. Seals the victory, seals the series with just 1 ball remaining. Just an audacious, incredible shot under that kind of pressure. Everyone's talking about that shot afterwards.
That's just pure Maxwell, isn't it? Skill, nerve, maybe a touch of genius, all rolled into one match-winning, series-winning shot. Incredible.
So looking back, key performers, obviously Maxwell with that 62 not out. Marsh's 54 was vital earlier on.
Yeah, those 2 innings were the backbone. But you also have to give credit to Bosch for South Africa. His 3 for 26 nearly won it for them at the death. He bowled superbly.
Absolutely. So let's pull back for the bigger picture. What does this match tell us? We saw Australia have a much better power play, 520 versus South Africa's 462.
Yeah, but that almost didn't matter in the end, did it? Because of that middle overs collapse. It shows a good start isn't everything in T20.
True. And interestingly, Australia actually scored slightly better in the death overs 34 for 2 compared to South Africa's 31 for 2 in the last 5.
Which, considering the pressure they were under, losing wickets, that ability to still find runs, mainly thanks to Maxwell, was probably the difference. Finishing strong counts for so much.
And we have to mention Brevis again. Even in a losing cause, those 6s. That kind of individual brilliance is what makes T20 so exciting, right?
Definitely. It reminds you that even if your team doesn't win, one player can produce moments that electrify the crowd and, get talked about for ages.
So what's the main takeaway here for you, the listener? I guess for me, it's just how volatile T20 cricket is. Momentum shifts so quickly.
Yeah, 1 over, sometimes even 1 ball, like that final over showed, can completely change the game's direction. And it really highlights the value of those individual clutch performances.
Like Maxwell's innings. Someone who can stand up when everything else is falling apart around them.
Exactly. It's not just about scoring runs, it's about how and when you score them. He anchored that chase under immense pressure.
It just underscores that, yeah, you can have a great start, but you've got to navigate those collapses that seem to come out of nowhere on T20. And sometimes you need that individual spark, that bit of genius, to pull you back from the brink.
It really was a classic T20 encounter, full of twists and turns.
Absolutely. Just reflecting on the sheer drama of it all. Australia winning like that, Maxwell's heroics, clinching the series 2-1.
Yeah.
It does make you think, doesn't it? What is it about a single moment under immense pressure, like that final reverse sweep? How can that define a whole series? How does it cement a player's legacy?
It's a great question, and maybe it leads to another one. How do you balance that individual brilliance with the collective effort, the team resilience needed, especially when the heat is truly on? That interplay is, I think, what keeps us all utterly captivated by sport.